Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Wyatt, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Wyatt's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Wyatt has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. Wyatt is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Wyatt take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Wyatt heel, and you're going to start walking, and Wyatt should fall in line nicely, heeling appropriately on your left-hand side there. He should not be lagging behind on that leash, nor lunging ahead and pulling on that leash, and he should be keeping pace with you. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit into our heeling exercise, so anytime that you're out walking with him and you stop, he should sit nicely right there at your left heel position. Good boy. And you'll see those automatic sits throughout the video here. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and it's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay.
Stay.
Then walk out to the end of the training leash, and Wyatt should remain seated in this position and should not break. This is a great command to practice frequently to help build up his ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. And when you're practicing at home, you could start at about 1 minute, and you'll increase your intervals working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. Now if at any time he breaks command, you would tell him no, go back to heel position, and repeat your stay command. Fred's going to return back by walking all the way around and behind in a counterclockwise motion, returning back so that Wyatt is on his left-hand side once again. And they're going to demonstrate that heel, sit, and stay again. Automatic sit, very smart doggy, very happy. You can see the tail wagging there. Open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle, one-word command to stay, out to the end of the leash. Fred's going to give him a moment to hold that sit stay, and then they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come command. For this command, you're going to call Wyatt in using his name in a happy voice. He should then come in and sit directly in front of you. And then he returns to heel position with an exercise called the finish, where he goes around the back of you, returning to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. And I'll demonstrate that again. Leave him in a sit stay, walk out to the end of the leash, give him that moment to hold his sit stay, and then call him in using his name in a friendly tone voice. Good boy. Around the back of you, to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. Great job. It is important that when you are working Wyatt through his commands that you use lots of positive reinforcement, whether you're verbally praising him and telling him he's a good boy, or physically praising him by giving him pets. It will definitely keep him motivated and let him know that he's doing a great job completing his commands. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, and it's the down from a heel position. Again, use the open flat of your left palm, straight down towards the ground this time, and the one-word command to down. Then give that stay command before you walk out to the end of the leash. And with the down stay, he should remain laying down in this position and should not break. This is a great command to practice frequently as well to help build up his self-control and maturity skills in order to stay down for longer periods of time. And with this command, you'll start at about 3 minutes and you'll increase your time up to 5 minutes. If he's having difficulty staying down for 3 minutes, decrease your time and then increase over time again. Fred's going to go ahead and return back once again, walking all the way around behind counterclockwise. Wyatt directly on his left-hand side. Good job. It's a good time to remind you that although you'll be incorporating your commands into your everyday life, You want to make sure that you're setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Wyatt through a formal obedience session, such as this video here. Fred leaves him in another down stay out to the end of the leash. And this time they'll demonstrate the recall or the come command from the down position, where Wyatt will have to get up and come on in.
Wyatt.
Good boy.
Wyatt.
If at any time he does not follow through with the command, you want to make sure the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a correction if need be. And repeat the command. Now Fred left him in a sit stay and walks out to the end of the leash. They're going to demonstrate the second command. Fred just wants to get his attention. There we go.
Stay.
And he's going to use his right hand from the end of the leash to demonstrate the down from a distance, where Wyatt goes into a down at the end of the leash there. Cutie. Now we've demonstrated all of his on-leash behaviors. Now what Fred is going to show you a sample is some off-leash advance, where he's dropping the leash and increasing his distance, and he's doing a distance down here. And this is something that if you're very diligent and follow through with your training, you'll be able to eventually drop the leash and work towards some more advanced off-leash training. This is something that you shouldn't do right away when he comes home. Make sure he's following through with you and being obedient with all of his commands on leash. And then down the road, you'll be able to drop that leash and increase your distance. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Wyatt has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Wyatt, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.